What's up, you guys? Gourmet J here, bringing you a brand new video, and this here is about classified Predsmark. So this set is very controversial. A lot of people hate this set. A lot of people think it's cheese, including myself. And there are a lot of players who actually love the set and how it is right now. They believe that, you know, with it being classified, it should be as powerful as it is. I will say that I am actually a huge Predsmark fan, more so Striker, but I'd say this Pred is basically my second favorite set. I was running this back in 1.5. No, actually, Pred was actually my first gear set that I ran with in 1.2. And then when 1.3 came out, I started rocking with Striker, and ever since Striker's been my favorite. But as far as, you know, bringing Pred back, even after the nerf, when it was 100, the bleed damage was 100%, and they brought it down to 50, I was definitely rocking it in late 1.6, 1.7, more so 1.7 when they introduced the Ninja Bike bag. It's been a very strong gear set. This isn't me being biased towards Predsmark. I love Predsmark. I love the idea behind it. I just think that the classified version is unbalanced. So to explain why I believe this set is unbalanced, the bleed is basically compensation for the lack of survivability that this set provides. Instead of a nerf or a buff, I believe a rework would actually be better. A solution, in my opinion, would have the user receive a certain percentage of healing for as many seconds as you have the opponent on bleed. An example would be putting someone on bleed after 10 shots. When that first tick of bleed hits the opponent, you receive a small percentage, say 2% of healing per second that you have that person on bleed. Doing this would actually justify ignoring the bleed resistance. So right now, as it stands, canceling out the bleed resistance is actually pretty harsh for the opponent. To compensate, the ability for the bleed to crit should actually be removed. Doing this actually allows for build diversity instead of relying on it being semi-tanky. So in essence, you can run with 7k firearms with around 500k toughness, do a considerable amount of damage, and receive healing almost like a Striker. This version could actually beat a Striker with the amount of burst damage that it provides, but it's not going to have the same healing as Striker, obviously. But you know, the longer you have somebody on bleed, you know, the more healing you get. So if you want an example, you know, put a rehabilitated mask on and just put yourself on bleed, or throw a incendiary grenade on the ground and run into it, and you'll see the healing is actually pretty good. It's actually pretty fast, and it's not like Striker where it keeps healing you over time, even if you're not engaged. And you know, if you're not shooting at somebody, you know, you actually have to be pretty aggressive with this set, and I think that's actually pretty good. You know, putting 10 shots on somebody and just running away, I don't think that's acceptable. I mean, it's not too skillful, in my opinion. I mean, your playstyle revolves around. I mean, if your playstyle revolves around being tanky, you could still do it, you know, while receiving the heals. Of course, I think you would probably benefit with doing more burst damage. If you run with 9k firearms, I think it should actually scale like Striker, where the more not firearms, I'm sorry, stamina. The more stamina that you wear, say 9k, the more healing you get. So say if you're running 7k firearms, or you're running 6k stamina, you get 2% of heals, whereas if you ran 9k, you get like 5%. So that's actually pretty good per second. I don't think that the healing should be scaled as far as how much the bleed hits for. So with removing the crit that the bleed can do, you say, you know, I see a lot of, I think the highest that I got as far as a bleed on somebody that wasn't a crit was probably like maybe 30k, maybe 40k. So imagine running 7k firearms and you're hitting somebody, you know, for say 25k, and then your bleed is just adding on for 30k, and then you say you have that person on bleed for 5 seconds, you're gonna get, you know, 10% healing just off of that one person. So you're gonna get 10% of your health. That's just throwing out a number out there. That's not, you know, saying what it should be, but I'm just saying the essence of it is getting or receiving a percentage of healing every time you put someone on bleed. So yeah, instead of just nerfing this, taking a step back and trying to figure out, you know, a medium amongst the other sets, in my opinion, is the better way to go. Just removing the bleed, or removing that 120% crit damage without doing anything else, is just gonna kill off the set. I mean, starting off, you know, if you don't want to do too much, I mean, you could make adrenaline work as far as classified Pred bleed. It gives you some resistance to that. That's a start. So with that being said, you guys, I hope you guys actually are interacting with, you know, Reddit and telling the devs what your opinion is on the sets and how you think they could be better, what should be changed and such. You know, this is a very proactive community. I think as long as we voice our opinions and we stay transparent and communicate with the devs, you know, we can actually see some kind of improvement, see some changes. Because, you know, as far as, you know, what I'm seeing right now, a lot of my friends, you know, even friends who've come back for 1.8, they're dealing with the PvP aspect right now with the global events gone, and they're just not really enjoying it. Like a lot of my friends that I've been playing with since 1.3 have just called it quits because of the inconsistency that this update has brought. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a comment, like, subscribe if you're new. I appreciate you guys coming through. Thanks, guys. Much love. See you later.